two dudes with attitudes, let's go. It's the two dudes and our attitudes, ruthless, aggressively speaking, so let's do this. We're Ryan and Denton, they here to get your attention. The 5-star broadcast shit, start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E. The two dudes with the attitudes to bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on, time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it poppin'.
It's two dudes with attitudes, a wrestling podcast with your boy Ryan enjoys wrestling and the heartbreak dude Denton. And this is our half WWE edition because NXT is so late. We decided to skip it so we can keep our regularly scheduled programming here. So we'll talk about NXT a little bit later in the week. But as of
big
now,
week in NXT too. Big week.
It is.
Yeah.
ECW
Arena. So we're pulling out all the legends. See what RVD does.
Yeah, I can't wait to see RVD, the legend, and Bully Ray. But we got Crown Jewel, we got Raw. We're gonna do a little bit of segment and our least valuable, most valuable dude or dudettes, and we have a little bit of news. So, as always, Mr. Ryan Enjoys Wrestling is gonna do the dudes read the news. Let's hear it. What do we got?
We need some music for this, but
yeah.
So a little bit of sad news, I guess. It's never fun news to talk about, but last week, right the day after Halloween, November 1st, WWE released 3 wrestlers from the organization. And those 3 wrestlers were Indy Hartwell, Tegan Knox, and Baron Corbin. But then the way they did it, it was weird. Baron Corbin wrote something on X. And he wrote, "That's all she wrote, folks," and did the peace sign emoji. "It's been real, and I appreciate everyone who supported me." And that was just kind of out of the blue, and then it led to a lot of speculation. And then later on, it was confirmed that he had been released. I think that's probably the most shocking of them all. And then the other one, Indy Hartwell, actually wrestled on a pre-taped episode of SmackDown last Friday because they were in Saudi Arabia, so they did a pre-taped episode. So we got to see her one last time with Candice LeRae on Friday Night SmackDown right before her release. And Tegan Knox, has been really injury prone since she's been on the roster. So, not really. I mean, we haven't seen much of her. I don't even know what brand. I don't know if she's on NXT or if she's on Raw. I don't really know where she is because that's how much I know about.
I don't know where anybody is nowadays anyway.
Right. Yeah. But yeah. And then the way it was worded, apparently Sean Ross Sapp said that Baron Corbin was given notice by WWE that he will not be re-signed following the expiration of his contract. So it's not technically a release. They're just not re-signing him. Which is his contract apparently expires. I think they said anywhere between the next 60 to 90 days. So he's just going to write it out. And it'll
be in AEW next year.
Yeah. So some sad news. Baron Corbin, man, I love Baron Corbin. I think we've raved about him so many times on this podcast. His finisher's incredible. He's probably like the most shocking release on this list. I didn't see this one coming. Kind of came out of left field. But they also did a lot of start and stop booking with him. They would get him going. Like his last NXT run was fantastic, and then he formed the Wolf Dogs, and they broke up, and then they went to he got called up to SmackDown. Then he was with Apollo Crews, and then it was just very, very start and stop booking with Baron Corbin. And I feel like if they would really get behind him, he could have done some things. And he did a lot of good things. He won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He retired Kurt Angle. He's
a Money in the Bank winner.
He's a Money in the Bank winner, former NFL player.
Pinned Roman.
He did pin Roman. He was one of the last people to pin Roman in a long stretch there before Jay.
Everyone does it now.
Yeah. So sad news. Well wishes to all of them, but they're all going to land on their feet. I have no doubt about that.
Well, I don't know if any of us are going to land on our feet moving forward in life. But here's the thing. Here's the thing is that Indy Hartwell, it's so funny because I just feel like we were just watching her get lifted up by Dexter Lumis to win the NXT Women's Championship. And I think that injury pretty much like hurt her for
big time.
She just never recovered after that. She won that title and it was like womp womp, which was a bummer because I think she had a ton of potential as well. But no, Baron Corbin, I've always had him as my number one most underrated wrestler of all time. His finisher is goated. He is one of the most safest, if not the safest wrestler in the ring, possibly ever. He was given awful gimmick after awful gimmick, like they were purposely trying to ruin his career, and he overcame it and found ways to make it work. Baron Corbin deserves so much better. I hope wherever he goes, whether it's AEW, whether he comes back to WWE after they realize, oh, we'll just give you a little bit less money, but that guy could have been a star. When he went to NXT, they should have given him the championship because he could have rebuilt himself and had that run. But I don't know what the heck is going on, or maybe he just was over it too. Who knows? I don't know. But hopefully he gets somewhere else and maybe can rebuild like other people are doing in AEW currently, or trying to.
Yeah, in one of the comments on his post on X when he was saying goodbye to everybody, somebody wrote, "Man, WWE really fumbled the bag with you," and he replied, 100% agreed. So maybe this isn't as amicable, or maybe he does feel the same way that we all feel, that he has more to give. So but I don't think they're bringing him back, especially after I don't think he would make that comment and then come back for less money.
Maybe
so
not.
Maybe in a year from now, maybe he can go the Drew McIntyre route. They released Drew McIntyre and he rebuilt himself on TNA. Cody Rhodes did the same thing, and look at Cody Rhodes now. So maybe, good things can come out of this.
I agree. And hopefully I agree fully. All right. Well, that's some sad dudes read the news, but now we got to get into more sad news. And that is our Two Thumbs with Attitudes Crown Jewel edition. This is going to be some sad news.
Yes.
Let's go in order. So remember, a thumbs up, 80% or better. Thumbs down, less than 80%. Doesn't mean the match was awful. Doesn't mean it just was average. It wasn't above average in our humble opinions. So let's go. Number one, the Bloodline defeat the OG Bloodline. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'm going to surprise you with this one, but I'm going to go thumbs down. For the match.
You did.
The match. Not the shenanigans after the match, but the actual bell to bell. I'm going to go thumbs down. It kind of felt like nobody really wanted to be in this match. I don't know if they were all mad that they had to open the show instead of closing the show, but it just felt, I don't know. Maybe they're waiting to give us their best efforts at Survivor Series or what, but because we're going to get this exact same match in War Games, and that's going to be incredible. But this just felt, I don't know. It was what it was. I did enjoy Jey Uso getting his own entrance. I did enjoy Roman Reigns in his facial expressions during the match, and then Solo Sikoa pinning Roman Reigns was, icing on the cake. It was a good start to this feud. But I also felt like everything ended abruptly. It was like, oh, he hit him with a Samoan spike, and then 1, 2, 3. I was like, oh, that's it. Like I don't know. It just kind of ended. It wasn't a bad match, but it wasn't the best Bloodline match I've seen. And again, I have no doubt that War Games will be spectacular. So maybe they were saving their best for that.
Yeah, I won't even grade it on the Sami Zayn, but so you guys know, Sami Zayn came out, accidentally kicked Roman.
Yeah.
Now we're split in between.
That I give thumbs up.
Yeah. I give it a thumbs up, actually. I thought they did what they needed to do. Everyone had to be protected a little bit, right? You couldn't have Jimmy and Jay look weak. You couldn't have Jacob and Tonga look. You had to have them kind of stay face a little bit. So I thought the match was good. I thought it was a good first part one before we get into the Survivor Series match at War Games.
Yeah. I agree. I just think
Games match at Survivor Series. Sorry. Yeah.
That Solo should have looked a little bit more dominant. Like instead of hitting him with one Samoan spike, hit him with 5, 6, 7. Like Cody Rhodes. It took Cody Rhodes 3 crossroads to put Roman Reigns down at WrestleMania, and it takes one Samoan spike. Now, I'm not saying that the Samoan spike's not vicious.
So who's more dominant then? You said he needed to look more dominant. In my opinion, that means he looks more dominant.
Yeah, I did just put my foot in my mouth. Yeah,
100% you did.
Yeah, but no, but I just mean like he should have kept going. He like don't stop, keep going. Like really, like
you
put
sound
a
like my girlfriend. Yeah.
So I don't know. but just made Solo look a little bit more vicious.
I get that, like afterwards and stuff, or even during. But I thought it was good. I thought, man, I was shocked. I thought Jimmy was gonna take it. I'm like, I get they have to build, but there's no way they're gonna have Roman come and lose. But it makes sense. I like it because now Roman is going to tell Sammy and all them, yes, I need you guys. I can't do this on my own. I'm sorry. It's not going to be a one-man show anymore. We're going to do this as a team, and that's the only way we can defeat them. I thought it was perfectly well done for the story they're trying to tell. And the fact that the story is still going on, and now it's going to restart again is bananas. But anyway. All right, let's get into the match of the night. That was Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defending their women's championship against Damage Control. Who was it? Metaphor and
Hyper. Chelsea Green.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I fell asleep during this match. Thumbs up, thumbs down. What do you got?
I completely forgot that this match was on the card. I was like, oh snap! I was like, what's the next match after Roman and the Bloodline? What are they gonna do?
Yeah. So
I'm gonna say thumbs down. This match just didn't do it for me. It was, they always say if you're not gonna go last, you want to go first, but you never want to go second. And this was that match where they went second. It just didn't do anything for me. Really, like there's really nothing memorable from this match at all.
No, at all. And that's the problem, right? Is that I get you're trying to get more women on the card. I get, because I'll talk about that later on in the episode, that I do think they are pushing the women a little bit better. But it's hard to get involved in things when it's a 4-way, when it's a battle royal, when it's I think it would have been better if it would have just been Bianca and Jade against one of those teams, even if it was just Metaphor. I feel like it took the crowd out of it. It's like the same recycle, like, oh, there's Piper and Chelsea again. I'm sure they're going to win. Like nobody thought Metaphor or Piper and Chelsea were going to. It was just Damage Control. They're not going to. It was just a filler match to get the women on there. And that's why I think I wasn't a big fan of it and wasn't really feeling it. So thumbs down as well for me.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the match I was waiting for when I knew Crown Jewel was going on, and that is Seth freaking Rollins defeating Bronson Reed about as clean as you can defeat someone. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
I'll go thumbs up for the bell-to-bell match.
Okay.
I'm going thumbs down for the result. So the match was great. I think Bronson Reed, he's there. He's that guy. Seth Rollins made him look like $1 million. I think, a lot of it was Bronson Reed's made himself look like $1 million as well. I just didn't like the outcome. So I'm going to, if I had to grade it, I'm going to say it's a very fringe thumbs up, probably like an 80, right at the 80 mark. Just because the match itself was entertaining. Bronson Reed did look strong. I did like the part at the end where he kept standing up no matter what Seth Rollins was trying to do. The blood's dripping down from his face, and you could read Seth Rollins' lips, and he's like, what the hell is wrong with you? So I did like that, but I do think that Bronson Reed would have benefited more from beating Seth Rollins. So that was the only thing I did not like about this match was the outcome.
I know I say I don't let the outcome dictate my thumbs up or thumbs down, but this time I'm going to allow it. I'm going to give it a thumbs down, but barely. It was an okay. I thought the match could have been better as well. It just kind of felt like what they've been doing backstage all the time. And then to see Bronson Reed lose and so clean and so like he couldn't do anything.
2 stomps and like 1 standing stomp too. It was like really,
it just, and really bad. It just wasn't. And then we'll get into Raw too, because I feel like Seth got this and now he's back to his old self and I don't know. We'll talk about that on Raw, but it was just like, I don't know. Huge disaster for me. I give it a thumbs down. Sorry, boys. All right. Liv Morgan defeats Nia Jax with the help of 7,000 interferences galore to win a belt that was traded in for a ring that she wore I don't know. Okay. Thumbs up or thumbs down? What do you got?
Thumbs way down. I did not care for this. Like I was probably most excited about this match because of, the Dominic Mysterio heat and all of this. And I don't remember seeing Dirty Dom there at all. And
he was though. He was there somewhere.
But he was a non-factor in the match, and the Tiffany Stratton stuff just got a little overdone, and brief cashing in and then saying, "Oh, I'm going to cash in on Liv," and then Nia getting all upset. I actually think I'll talk more about this when we get to the main event, but I actually think the wrong person won. I feel like Nia is a lot like the other main event, Gunther, and that they've been building her up so solidly that I think she could have really benefited from having a victory in this and winning the inaugural Crown Jewel Championship. I don't think it would have hurt Liv at all. Especially if like Tiffany Stratton inadvertently cost her the match or something, then and Nia wins, it wouldn't have hurt Liv at all. But I feel like, Nia's momentum goes down now, there were a lot of interferences, but she still took a pinfall. So I'm curious to see what happens from here. But yeah, it was way overbooked.
This thing was way thumbs down for me, and I love both these girls. They just felt off, and I think the off and the chemistry was because of Tiffany Stratton, Raquel Rodriguez, Daddy Dom, the referee, somebody else. They would go out, and it was just a hot flipping mess. And then Liv winning, it is what it is. I think they're trying to keep her momentum going, which we can talk about on Raw too, with the whole Rhea Ripley stuff and everything else. But I think my least favorite part about it was after, when Triple H came out, handed her the belt and made her, like, he raised her hand and she went to go like celebrate with Raquel and Dom, and he like pulled her and was like, "No, we're doing every side, keeping your hand up for 20 minutes. It just is such a disgusting money grab that's what they're doing this for. So the Saudis can have a stupid belt in their fake WWE little memorial place that they have with these two dumb belts that nobody's going to give two shits to see or care about. It's so stupid. It makes me think so little of Triple H right now. This whole Crown Jewel just disgusted me, but neither here nor there. I just didn't like, and I'll get even more into Liv Morgan at the end of the pay-per-view, because once again, is this scripted or is this not? Are we supposed to believe what's happening in wrestling or not? And I don't know. It just wasn't. He made Liv be out of character, hugging her. She was like getting teary-eyed. That's not her character right now, dude. Her character is this vicious, bad, girl who wants to do whatever she can to win. And, she just laid out Rhea and she's laughing, but now she's like teary-eyed. And it's just very... This whole thing was off.
And then Monday Night Raw didn't do her any favors either. But
we'll get into that.
Because the continuity is a big thing. So I completely agree. This match was a complete miss for me, and that's why I think having Nia Jax get the win would have, she could break character a little bit. She did it at King and Queen of the Ring. Triple H came out and presented her with the crown. This time he's presenting her with the title. So I think it would have made a little bit more sense if she broke character a little bit. But this match was really a nothing burger for me.
If Tiffany Stratton would have cashed in, because she was trying to in the middle of the match, not after, would she had then been the first ever inaugural Crown Jewel Pointless champion? Because she pinned. She would have won the belt and got that belt as well?
I guess. Yeah. They didn't really explain that. They didn't really...
Or she would have pinned her and then she would have taken the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they would have had to like have Nia and them then wrestle again to see who won that stupid belt. Why even have her come out?
Yeah. It was dumb. It was dumb.
Let's get into more pointlessness. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Randy Orton and Kevin Owens don't have a match. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Just imagine being in Saudi Arabia and you're paying probably $12,000 to get into that event, I'm assuming, right? And you get into that event and you're told you're going to have a match, probably the most hyped up match in the entire card, and it doesn't happen. Thumbs up or thumbs down, bro?
Oh, thumbs way, 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 way down. I mean, what? Like you said, people spent like an arm and a leg to go to this event, and you got to see Randy Orton and Kevin Owens for like 35 seconds in the ring, and then everything else was backstage, and then like the spot. And also, I don't think it made Kevin Owens look as dominant as I wanted him to be. Randy Orton got a little too much offense in for my liking.
Way too much.
He RKO'd Adam Pearce, for Pete's sake. Like I feel like Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens was just sitting there for a little while, watching Randy Orton's entrance. And then all of a sudden he goes into the ring, interrupts him and hits him with the chair and he's beating him down. Why not just do that immediately? Why are you sitting there like gazing at him? Like, oh, I'm in awe of Randy. Everything was just off for me. And then, like the spot with it was like the Macho Man elbow drop or something off through a table. And Like that didn't seem very
And that was
vicious.
it.
That was it. That wasn't like if he had done it like
Couldn't
6 or 7 times, or he had done like he'd gotten back up and like rammed a chair into him or threw him off the stage or something, then I could have been like, okay, that's the sick, sadistic Kevin Owens that I wanted to see, that I was hoping to see. But this it also just felt like a big old cop out. So did not like it one bit.
No, this was awful, and we didn't need this. You could have done this on SmackDown the night before. Wink, wink. We didn't need to have this.
Yeah, I mean, they teased a 7-match PLE, and they felt felt more like we're really going to give you 6, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, and it didn't do anything, like you said, for Kevin Owens. This doesn't make me feel like he's a threat. It makes me feel like they're both just don't give a crap, and that's not what we were supposed to be leaning towards. It was supposed to be Kevin Owens is out of his mind. Can Randy Orton recover? And now it just looks like they're both just out of their mind. Huge miss for me, and it's pointless. Should have never even been on this card. All right, LA Knight. Yeah. Defeats Carmelo Hayes and Andrade to defend the United States Championship. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
You know, I'll be generous, and I'll give this one a thumbs up. I thought this was a fun match. It might be my favorite LA Knight match in a long time. I thought he looked good. I thought Andrade and Carmelo looked fantastic. This was an entertaining match. Not a big fan of the outcome. You know, again, and talk about ending something abruptly. That's exactly what happened in this match. But you know, and I was hoping for a title change. I felt like the fans in Saudi deserved to see at least one title change, and they normally get one. And I thought this was going to be the one that they got, and we didn't get it at all. But yeah, shout out. I mean, great effort from all three guys. This was a really strong match from LA Knight. But so thumbs up.
All right. I'm still going to go thumbs down because I'm switching what I originally said, and I'm going by outcomes on this one. And since the match was close, in my opinion, the fact that LA Knight won is a thumbs down for me. What do we do now? So what's the point of Carmelo and Andrade? Their best out of 7's already done. So now we built them all up just to have neither of them win. And LA Knight had an out to have Carmelo pin Andrade and become the United States champion. I'm sorry, but just like Cody, LA Knight's reign is boring. We need a jump. So I don't care if Carmelo wins it, holds it for a month, and LA Knight beats him and gets it back. And then at least it rejuvenates his run. But this is stale, and the only two competitors just got pretty much eliminated. This is a huge miss for me. The match was good, but it wasn't good enough to overcome my thumbs up for that. So another thumbs down. And speaking of thumbs down, let's get into the main event. Cody Rhodes.
We have to.
The person who on TikTok everybody's defending because they say, if you don't like Cody, it's because you're a Cody hater. That's 100% not true. I don't like Cody Rhodes' reign right now. It's because it's complete, utter garbage trash. It has nothing to do with me. I like Cody. I'm a fan of Cody. So it has nothing to do with that. So anyway, but Cody Rhodes defeats Gunther, cleaner than Liv Morgan beat Nia Jax, to become the men's inaugural Crown Jewel Pointless Champion. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Thumbs way down. We texted about this match afterwards, but this was not a good match from Gunther. Even Sheamus mentioned it in the post show. I don't know if you watched the Crown Jewel post show, but Sheamus, Big E, and Jackie Redmond were hosting it, and Sheamus even said, like, I don't know if he was jet lagged or if he just was tired or what, but that didn't seem like the Gunther that I've been in the ring with. So that was he was very critical. I don't know if he was in character trying to say that, but it was very critical of the ring general. And this match it was a very slow, methodical match that started off like, it was just like, okay, come on guys, let's get to the good part. And then Cody Rhodes hits the Gunther tries to hit the power bomb, but Cody Rhodes reverses it and pins him. It was just very, very odd. The wrong person won this match, in my opinion. Like I feel like Gunther's momentum, like you were concerned about going into it, is completely stalled right now. And then we'll talk about this with Monday Night Raw, because we're getting a rematch again of something that we don't really maybe need right now. And also, where does Cody Rhodes go from here? Because we're probably not done with KO and Randy Orton. So that rules them out as potential opponents. So where does this take Cody Rhodes? And then all the stuff afterwards with Triple H again, just coming out and raising both of Liv Morgan and Cody's hands, and, you know, just completely pointless, completely pointless.
Why would Liv Morgan come out? I know this doesn't have to do with me saying thumbs up or thumbs down yet, but why would Liv Morgan come out? She already had her moment. What was her coming back out? And she's like hugging Cody and holding his hand, and then they're at each corner raising their belts together as this great. Wasn't the Judgment Day just like wrecking havoc on Cody Rhodes for the like? What are we doing here? Isn't like why? Just the sellout. We can talk about this more later, but thumbs down for me. This was like one of the worst. This was easily the worst Gunther match in recent memory. Cody Rhodes is not getting any favors right now. He is definitely. Oh, we got a fan. Definitely not like
my only fan.
Hey. But Cody Rhodes just didn't do himself any favors to build people's like hopes up and so on. And now what do we do with Cody Rhodes? It's just a really weird. Everything, Gunther losing, it was whack, all of it. Yeah. Thumbs down for me, big time.
Put Crown Jewel in the rearview mirror and never talk about it again.
Until next year. All right. With that said, let's get into what?
I'm confused. Like, will they pull the belts out of the vault next year and put them on the line, or is the ring on the line? Like, what's on the line next year? Like, is it? I don't understand. Do they keep the ring forever? And
they have a year to think about it and discuss with the Saudi Arabia.
Hopefully they drop this whole stuff and we don't talk about it ever again. But
so dumb. All right, Monday Night Raw. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Also from Saudi Arabia. Here we go. Out comes Liv Morgan, Daddy Dom, and Raquel to brag about Crown Jewel. Jade, Cargill, and Bianca Belair interrupt, and Bianca Belair almost slaps Liv Morgan's head off her neck. That was a slap, boy. Io Sky wins a battle royal to earn a shot at Liv Morgan in the future. New Day are not on the same page when a video of the Wyatt Six holding Miz hostage is shown. Legitimately, he's being held hostage. I'm dead serious. Goldberg will have another match in 2025. I'm serious. It'll be his retirement. 1 match, 2 matches. I don't know. He just said he's retiring in 2025. The War Raiders defeat the New Day. More bickering. Sami Zayn out for a promo, and Jay says he is family. Makes the crowd chant Sami Uso and wants him to be on SmackDown so the OG bloodline could talk it out. Seth freaking Rollins is ready to win the title, and he's wearing Becky Lynch's clothes again. Dragon Lee defeats Chad Gable. What? Gunther says him and Ludwig need to do better. What? And in the main event, Damian Priest wins a 4-way to earn a shot at Gunther for the title. What? And Gunther and Priest have a stare down to close the show. And that's the Monday Night Raw review. I don't know if Saudi Arabia paid for this Raw as well and was like, this is what we want to happen. But this
was there. Yeah.
I was lost all over the damn place on this thing. But let's hear it. What say you? What do you want to talk about?
Let's get into it. Let's talk about the Gunther Damian Priest stuff. What I love Damian Priest. I loved his championship reign. I think he's great. He's got a new song. It seems like they're really getting behind him. So kudos to him. But what was the point of this? Didn't he lose his match last week against Daddy Dom? So therefore, like, I know the match was last week was for Dirty Dom to get into a fatal 4-way or to a championship contenders match of some sort. They never said it would be a 4-way or anything. They just said it would be a number one. He had to beat Damian Priest to get a number 1 contendership match. He did what he was supposed to do. But what did Damian Priest do? He lost. So how does he end up in this match in the first place? It didn't make any sense. And then Sheamus was there, like, what has he done to, earn this spot whatsoever? And then Dirty Dom taking the pin. It's just very, very strange. What's been the point of building him up as a potential world title contender, accidentally contender over the last few months, few weeks, if you're just going to have Damian Priest versus Gunther for the 16th time? I didn't like this. And then Gunther giving Ludwig a talking to about all of us needing to do better, but also like that was the other thing we didn't talk about with Crown Jewel. But after the match, Gunther shook hands with Cody Rhodes. He like shook his hand, which like, okay, cool, whatever. He shook Randy Orton's hand too after Clash at the Bash in Berlin. But then in his promo on Raw, he was just like, Cody Rhodes was just the better man. He was just better than me. I just didn't bring it. I didn't bring my best. Really, that's it. That's all you had to say. Like, you're one of the top heels. You're one of the, like, you went at Goldberg, you've gone at Bret Hart, you've gone at Sami Zayn, you've gone at Damian Priest for his background in the streets and everything. And all you have to say is Cody Rhodes is, You could have said like he got lucky when he pinned me, or it was a fluky victory. But no, it was just I'm the better man. So like, what are we doing with his character as well? All of it is just very, very bizarre. Like, is he trying to transition into a baby face? He's getting rid of Ludwig. But Damian Priest, he like kind of sort of did heel stuff last week, but he's still back to being a baby. I'm so confused as to what's going on.
Me too. And everything you said made me even more confused. And that wasn't a bad thing. That's because it's so darn confusing. I'm okay with Priest and Gunther wrestling again. Priest deserves a rematch and so on. I'm just confused on the buildup and how we got here, like you said. He lost to Dom last week, so he earns a shot anyway, and then he wins it. So then why even have Dom in it and this and that? Well, here's why. And here's what I think. I predicted a while ago on TikTok, which got a lot of steam, that Daddy Dom will dethrone Gunther at the first ever Raw on Netflix, thus turning Gunther into a babyface and Daddy Dom into the biggest heel in the company. And I'm sorry, but it seems like that's the route we are going. Damian Priest earns a title shot. He's not going to win that title shot. Who's going to cost them? None other than Daddy Dom. Daddy Dom will probably then end up beating Priest again to reestablish himself as a person who will get a title shot eventually. They'll make it probably hard for him. He'll cheat his way through because he is the Latino cheat. And then he will then end up beating Gunther, who will then make Gunther the babyface they are trying to start him as of now. That is why I think all of this happened. I don't think it makes sense at the moment, but I think it'll make sense by January. I'm sticking to it. I think Triple H loves me. I think he likes my booking. He likes to steal ideas from us all the time on this show. I think he's doing it again.
He's not the only
I'm just saying it. No, yeah, we could talk about all those creators, but who probably will start stealing a lot more now because they can't post reaction videos anymore. So they got to find ways
I saw that.
Keeping themselves relevant. So might as well steal from the little guys some more. But here's the thing, right? I think that's the path we're going, and yeah, I think it'll make sense eventually. I do.
Well,
but now
sure
it didn't.
it sure doesn't make a lot of sense now. And
but
yeah, I like your theory, and I'll see it through.
Yeah. Speaking of, I like Io Sky winning the Battle Royal. What about you? I mean, obviously, like we said, Rhea, I didn't mention that in the thing. She is legitimately injured, so they wrote her off. She's probably going to be gone even longer than she was before. They needed somebody else to battle her. It looks like eventually it's going to be Bianca and Jade breaking up to see who is going to get a title shot at Liv eventually. But Io Sky is a great first stop. Liv can get a good win against a great wrestler. Io deserves to be in the spotlight a little bit. I like that win. What about you?
Yeah, I almost, not that I think an injury is ever a good thing for somebody, but I think Rhea being out of the spotlight kind of helps move some of these stories forward and give some opportunities to some other women. Because I think people were starting to be tired of the Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan feud for whatever reason. I was loving it. I thought it was one of the best feuds on TV, but fans were starting to turn on it. And now we're getting Damage Control as a babyface with Io Sky going up against Liv Morgan. So now we get to see Liv, in that element and going against Io Sky. And then we'll eventually see her against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. We're finally getting some movement there, and it looks like there's some tension there. So, yeah, I think Io Sky is the perfect for. And then, sign me up for a Royal Rumble or Raw on Netflix, or even Saturday Night Main Event, Liv Morgan versus Jade, or Liv Morgan versus Bianca Belair. Sign me up for that. A heel Bianca Belair? Whew, sign me up.
Yeah, I'd be all for it. And I like that segment. And who had Bianca Belair about to confront Liv Morgan on their bingo card? Nobody. So I like that. And like I said, Liv was like, yo, girl, if you're going to slap me, do it. And she let Liv have it. That was a hell of a slap. I loved it all. And I love the fact that we're probably going to get Raquel and Bianca first, or Raquel and Bianca Jade first, which I'm all for too, because Raquel also needs to start doing something more than just being the girl that stands behind them. She needs to win some matches so she feels like an enforcer. So yeah, I was all for it, and I like what they were doing here. Do you want to talk about the White Six, or what do you want to?
Yeah,
or you want to talk about Jay and the Bloodline? I mean, we kind of did all right. I don't know. Whatever you want, brief them both. Whatever you need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like what they did with the Wyatt Six. I thought it was cheesy. I thought it was campy. I thought the Miz, I'm not part of Final Testament, I swear. And like they're being like, oh, well, we didn't really care about Final Testament. We just wanted you. It's like, but you fought them, and you gave Paul Ellering a mandible claw.
Yeah.
I get that, but I was actually kind of looking forward to AOP and the Final Testament and Karrion Kross against the Wyatt Six, giving them something to do. So I didn't like them being like, oh yeah, LOL, JK, we just wanted you. You could have gone at the Miz a different way. I don't know. It was weird. I don't like. Are they back to being supernatural again? The tape was all, the voice changer and everything was just very, very strange. Like I don't know. We need more. I need more from the Wyatt Six. We need more character development. I need a reason to know, like, what are we doing with these guys? Like, why are they here? What's their goal? Like, are they here to go after the Miz because he turned on R-Truth? Like, okay, then why aren't you going after the Judgment Day? Why aren't you going after Roman Reigns? Why aren't you going after Solo Sikoa? You know what I mean? Like, you're going after him because he attacked R-Truth. Like, huh? I don't know. I don't know if that's what they're doing it for. I don't know.
No, they showed why at the beginning, remember? So that video started off, to me, kind of hot. They showed an old video of Bo Dallas with Mr. Perfect's son. And basically, he was like, you two, I'm going to make you guys stars. So basically, he promised them he was going to make Bo Dallas big. So now Bo Dallas, 45 years later, is going to make him pay for it. But I was cool with that. I was like, okay.
Bo Dallas he is a star right now. So
that's literally what I was going to say.
Yeah, he lived up to his promise.
I was like, well, I mean, maybe he's mad about his boy not being a star anymore.
Yeah.
But but the whole kid, like we said, you had the night 2 nights ago, you had Liv Morgan break character and hug up on Cody and stand up on the turnbuckles. Then you had her open up the show basically bragging about how vicious she is and how she made Rhea Ripley be retired again and she ain't coming back forever. F that trick. To then having the Miz be kidnapped. So we're supposed to believe that the Miz is somewhere like in Saudi Arabia, like tied up, like in a basement, and they're not. Like, I get it. It's entertainment, but the Wyatt Six have gone from murdering people backstage to being just regular folk to like working as a basic tag team to now kidnapping the Miz and stay in a lane. Like you said, stay in. Are you them? Or are you them? What are you? Are you?
Yeah.
Are you Bray Wyatt or are you not? Like, I need to know. You can't be both.
And like, why are you kidnapping him? Like, what are you trying to get out of him? Information? Are you holding him up for ransom? Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, because you can't have a match now, right? Like, what's the point of the match? You already kidnapped him. What if beating him 1, 2, 3 is going to solve your problems?
I know. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand it. And then and then the bloodline stuff. I mean, we'll talk more about it, but I did like Sami Zayn addressing the crowd in Arabic. I thought that was a nice little touch and a great moment for him. I'm so happy that he gets to be in Saudi Arabia without fear for his life. And I don't know how much longer that's going to last with everything going on in the world right now.
We'll see.
We'll enjoy it while we have it. But I mean, not much happened in this. I mean, they're basically going to talk to Roman Reigns on SmackDown. But Jimmy thinks that Sami attacked Roman on purpose. Jay doesn't think so. Sami says he didn't do it on purpose. And I did like the callback of Jimmy, you turned on Roman too. Like, why are you calling in my loyalty? You super kicked me. You super kicked your brother. You super kicked Roman when you wanted to leave. So stop questioning me. Like, you're just as disloyal as any of them. So I love that. I like that they're bringing up old stuff and tying it into these stories. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
Once again, the one good thing Triple H does with us bagging on him about Crown Jewel is that he does not forget storylines like a real thing should be. He brings everything back. It's like, this is what happened. Because Sammy even said that one line where he was like, I'm not playing these games again. I'm not going to do the
tribal
do
core.
I not tribal core. He's like, I'm over that. That's not what I'm coming back for. So I did like that they brought everything back up. So yes, sir. Well, there it is. That's our WWE Week in Review, right? Crown Jewel, thumbs up, thumbs down. Hopefully you guys agreed. If you didn't, let us know in the comments. And also our Raw recap. Remember, we're going to try to talk about NXT a little bit on AEW. We'll do some kind of comparisons to Dynamite because they're both on tonight.
They're going head to head. Wednesday Night Wars, baby.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, and we'll see who wins, huh? It will be the ECW or the ECW. We'll see. Whatever.
Yeah.
Right. And it's segment time, and I know you got a song for this, so let's hear our boy spit those lyrics, dude.
Yeah, let me. Where is here we go.
Highs and lows, let's go. This is highs and lows, it's time for the list. Who's killing it and who should probably go and sit? You're the best getting listed up, high as hell. It's for the lows, they can come up here and take a L. Yes, they got their fingers on the button, yeah. Never sweat the mid, just the best and who run it. I'ma let them chill, let them run through the list of names. This is highs and lows, go ahead and do your thing.
All right, highs and lows time. Me and Ryan are going to break down, and we even got least valuable, most valuable. So we got all sorts of highs and lows about to be coming your way. So we're going to say a couple each of what we think were the highs of this week and the lows of this week. I'm assuming we could have came up with 75 lows, but let's see the highs. What's your first
some
high?
highs. Some of the highs were challenging, but you know, my first one, I know I dogged on it during the Crown Jewel recap, but I am going to go back to Kevin Owens' heel turn. I still love what they're doing with him being this sick, sadistic heel. He did an interview after Crown Jewel with Jackie Redmond, and apparently the night before Crown Jewel, they were in a dune buggy, like doing stuff, and the dune buggy wrecked. And he, in the interview with Jackie, or was it may have been Kathy Kelly with him. I think it was Kathy Kelly instead, but it was him, Kathy Kelly, and like some other people, and they were doing like a Saudi Arabia press event or something, and they were in a dune buggy. The dune buggy wrecked, and they flipped out, and nobody got hurt, thankfully. But Kevin Owens was even like using that. He was like, I think Randy Orton paid the driver of that dune buggy to crash into, like, he's just going off the deep end.
Nice.
And he was like, I'm sorry you were brought into it, Kathy Kelly. Like, you were just collateral damage in that whole thing. So, you know, and then like Kathy Kelly was asking Kevin Owens after if he had been checked out by the trainers in WWE, if he's cleared. He was like, I'm not going to the trainers. I don't trust them. They're part of, they're working with Randy Orton. You know, Randy, like, so he's just completely going off the deep end. I love what they're doing with his character. I love the trolling that he's doing of wearing Cody Rhodes' dad's shirt, Dusty Rhodes. And now at Crown Jewel, he wore Cowboy Bob Orton's shirt. So yeah, I'm digging everything they're doing with this heel turn. It's really, really good. I really hope we get to him to be. I want him to be the one to dethrone Cody Rhodes. I don't think it's going to happen though, but I do think he should be the one to beat Cody Rhodes. So that way you can make him this crazy heel with the championship and show how crazy he is, because he's the one that did what nobody else could, and that's beat Cody Rhodes, the Golden Boy, as he refers to him.
Well said. Good pick. I mean, other than the match, well done. His push has been phenomenal. Can't let the match bring down his good heel run. And I do think somebody needs to defeat Cody. I don't care if it's you and me, but if it's Kevin Owens, I'm all for it. But someone needs to beat that man. My high, I gotta go the Bloodline storyline, man. After 4 years, this thing is still cooking. Yeah. It has me intrigued. Solo just pinned Roman clean. The OG Bloodline seem like they're all in disarray. The Rock just showed up a little while ago. What is he going to do now? But this week, it just was cooking. They brought back Sami Uso. Like you said, they brought up real storylines of what happened in the past and why they're in conflict. We're obviously going to get Sami back in, but are we going to get 4-on-4? Will that make the sense? Or because they basically left out the weakest Bloodline member to not be in their match. So why him adding in with Sami Zayn, who's a star, is going to help them win now? I don't know. But are we going to get, Zilla Fatu? Are we going to get The Rock? Are we going to get, like, what's going to happen? I'm so intrigued, and just their build to the fact that I'm still into it says a lot about this storyline and how this is by far better than the NWO, better than everything, the greatest storyline in professional wrestling history. It just,
and it can just keep on going. That's the crazy thing. I mean, you can get so many singles matches out of this. You can, Jacob Fatu and Jey Uso, Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu versus Solo, Jacob Fatu versus The Rock. I mean, there's so many options that you can do from this, and you're building stars, and you're building a lot of cool things. So yeah, I'm digging this Bloodline story, and I love that Sami's back involved. I know a lot of people don't want him because he's not family. He should be. He made the Bloodline story great again, and now he deserves to have the opportunity to compete in his third straight War Games match. A little fun fact for you.
That's nice. That's nice. All right, what's your second high?
Oh man, I am going to go with the New Day storyline. I am all in on Xavier Woods and his crotchetiness and his anger and
Mm-hmm.
just his little character change. And I know that they said that they're going to do a special 10-year anniversary show coming up dedicated to the New Day on a Monday Night Raw. I think it's probably in a couple of weeks. And have a feeling one of two things is going to happen, but that's either going to be the night that he turns or the night that Big E returns, or the night that Big E returns and he turns and beats up Big E. So I'm all in on it. I'm digging everything that they're doing. I was on the team of Kofi Kingston turning heel for a while because Kofi was doing some heel stuff, but now I'm all in on Xavier Woods. I think he needs this. I love that he's getting angry about everything, and every time we see him backstage, they're arguing. And yeah, I'm all in. Sign me up. I want to see Xavier Woods versus Kofi Kingston.
Once again, just like my Daddy Down prediction, remember, that's what I had. I had Xavier Woods pretending like he's going to join on that 10th anniversary show, and he's going to ball hit Kofi Kingston and lay him out, and Big E's going to be like, no, what are you doing? And he's going to put to work Big E's neck and lay Big E out and become one of the top heels in the business today, turning on not only the New Day, but turning on the most beloved character right now, probably Big E. So, and we'll see if Big E comes back or not, but that's exactly what's happening. So good call. I do like it. He was wearing black again. Remember, I did that a long time ago where I said he's starting to wear black. Always wearing black. No more color, no more Fruity Pebbles. He's just rocking that.
Yeah, no more
promos.
What I mean?
Yeah, I like it too. Good call. All right, I'm going to go with a high, the women's division. And even though I don't think everything was clicked exactly, they still had 2 matches out of the 6 showcased on Crown Jewel. They opened up the show. They built in Bianca and then had a female battle royal in a country not that long ago they couldn't even wrestle in. We're building stories. We got great stuff going on with Nia Jax and whatever she's doing on that side with all those girls. Naomi's creeping up. We got Tiffany trying to cash in still. We have now Liv Morgan building stories now. She's going to wrestle Io Sky, probably Bianca soon. Raquel Rodriguez is getting into it. It's I feel like we're cooking on all cylinders right now and doing our best work for the women's division. I think they had a good week, and I'm looking forward to them to continue to get pushed. So, yeah, the women's division is my other high this week.
Yeah, and like you said, considering where we were of no women being even able to compete to, okay, we'll allow maybe one women's match till now, like the entire show is built around women. It's incredible. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, just think of how far we've come in our society with Sami Zayn's able to go over there safely, and now the women are able to go over there safely and showcase what they're able to do. And the crowd, I got to give the crowd some credit too. The crowd was hot at Crown Jewel, and they were hot on Monday Night Raw, and they were really hot during that Battle Royal. I mean, they were chanting, "This is awesome!" I mean, so everything was great.
Yeah, and the women were showing a little bit more skin. They weren't as covered. Raquel Rodriguez's stomach was showing a little bit when she was doing moves, and Liv Morgan showed up in a crop top when backstage. I mean, who knows? Who knows what's going on now? So, all right, let's get into these lows. I know you probably have a lot to choose from. You only get 2, and right now you get 1. So let's hear your first one.
All right, so I know I just talked about the crowd and how hot they were, but my first low is these pre-taped shows between Raw, SmackDown, and before and after pay-per-views. And this isn't really a knock. I tried to avoid the spoilers. I did. So last week's episode of SmackDown that we didn't cover today was filmed a week ago, and the go home show of Crown Jewel, the Monday Night Raw, they announced that they were doing a Bloodline versus Bloodline match, but we still hadn't seen the resolution from SmackDown. But they made that match on the pre-tape Smack, so it was just all really confusing. And then, I tried to avoid all the spoilers, but they filmed it the week that the Motor City Machine Guns won the tag team titles off of the Bloodline. They filmed that episode of SmackDown immediately afterwards, and we had to wait a week. And a pivotal moment in the Bloodline story happened, and that was, Jey Uso calling out Roman Reigns, Reigns saying yeet, Roman Reigns and Jimmy and Jay all throwing up the ones, cutting a promo about seeing you at Crown Jewel. Let's do this together if we do this. I'm not a side piece. I'm not a sidekick. I'm main event Jey Uso. You're the OTC. That's big. Like it was such a pivotal moment in the story that they put it on a pre-taped episode of SmackDown, and we had to wait a week to see it on TV when the spoilers were all running all around the place. And I tried to avoid them, but it was really hard to when you're on X and people just post stuff. And I saw the video and I saw the promo and I saw the pictures and stuff. And and I don't really know what the solution is. I don't know if it's because I feel like it was a great moment for that crowd that I was just so high on, but I just feel like imagine if that moment was done live. I think it should have been done live and not spoiled, because it kind of took me out of it a little bit. I was less excited about it, even though it was such a pivotal moment in the story. And then same thing with Raw.
Yeah. Yeah, but why did SmackDown have to be a week before? Why couldn't they do it in Saudi Arabia? I mean, I get for time wise, right? Is that why Raw was done the day before? Because their time is so much off, and probably the network doesn't want it to air at 10 o'clock in the afternoon. But couldn't they just record it close enough out there that it's only like a 6-hour difference between being spoiled, other than a whole day or a whole week?
They filmed Raw on Sunday after Crown Jewel, and then aired it on Monday night. So I got a little spoiled with Monday Night Raw. Like I knew who was winning the Battle Royal. I knew who was winning the main event match. Yeah, but I also spoiler. I mean, I should be mad at the people leaking the spoilers, but I don't know. But like having to wait a week for that episode of SmackDown, it also kind of threw off the story. We're like, we think this match was announced on Raw, but we don't really know. But we're getting Bloodline versus Bloodline, and it threw everything off. So
I agree with you. Speaking of throwing everything off, this is my first low, and that is one Tiffany Stratton. Okay. What are we doing with Tiffany Stratton, man? I mean, she looks good. Her vibe is good. She has the money in the bank. But what's happening? On SmackDown, she was like anti-Nia Jax. I'm sick of you. I'll cash it in on you. I don't care. And now all of a sudden she's like, I'm so sorry. Oh, you want me to leave? Yes, master. I shall leave. Oh, never mind. I'm going to come back. Actually, I'm going to do absolutely nothing and not interfere in this match. I'm just going to be a pointless distraction to take away from match, to make the match seem off and get them off of their choreography or whatever. It was just a huge miss. Why can't people, if you want somebody to hold the Money in the Bank contract, why can't they just hold it? Why do they have to come out every PLE, Damian Priest, until they do it? It is so stupid. It takes away the actual moment. Priest's moment only worked because it was at WrestleMania. If that would have happened any other time, all the times he would have done, nobody would have cared. No one's going to care. Tiffany Stratton comes out every single week. We're just going to be like, oh, whatever. And then she does it. It's like, oh, she did it? Okay. Like, we need to stop with this. Either do it or don't. But we need to stop coming out. And Tiffany Stratton just is looking like a freaking weak moron in all of this. I know it might get to somewhere where she'll cash it in on Nia Jax and win it. And then she'll be that's the big payoff. But I don't think so. I think we're lowering her right now. So when she does win it, people aren't going to care as much. We got to let her feel a little bit more important and less stupid. I know she's a blonde. I'm doing the air quotes for people who aren't seeing me. So maybe they're going with that vibe that she's like ditzy or doesn't understand or she's weaker than Nia. But I don't know, man. It's just it ain't clicking for me, and I think this is the reason why their match was so thrown off in Crown Jewel.
Yeah. I don't think I know a lot of people want her to cash in on Nia and become a babyface. I actually think she's better off as a heel. I don't really.
Me too.
But this gimmick of like being Nia's little side piece or whatever, like her sidekick and stuff. Oh yes, master. Yeah. No, like that's not. It's just not doing it for me. I want the Tiffany Stratton we got that was feuding with Becky Lynch, and the Tiffany Stratton that we had in NXT that was running the show. So that's what I want. And so right now it just kind of feels like they gave her Money in the Bank, but they don't really know what to do with her.
Yep. Yes, sir. All right. What's your last low, homie?
I am gonna go. I talked a little bit about this, but I'm gonna go to Gunther losing at Crown Jewel. I don't understand. Cody Rhodes did not need it. He did not need this win. Cody Rhodes would have been fine. You could have had Kevin Owens come back out after the beat and cost Cody Rhodes the match, and it wouldn't have hurt Cody at all, and it would have helped Gunther, and Gunther could have gotten some heel heat. But the match itself, like I said, felt off. It was slow, but yeah, the wrong person won. I mean, this whole I liked the little side story of Gunther trying to, erase all the blemishes on his resume by,
Yeah.
he beat Randy Orton in his first title defense when he wrestled Randy Orton before his shoulders weren't down. He beat Sami Zayn, the man that beat him at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title. So he beat him for the World Heavyweight title. And then, the only guy that's eliminated him twice from the Royal Rumble was Cody Rhodes, back-to-back years. So he needed this win over Cody Rhodes. And now he's feuding with Damian Priest, and the only reason Damian Priest lost that match is because Finn Balor interfered. So it's another quote-unquote little blemish on Gunther's little resume. So he gets an opportunity to right that wrong. But for whatever reason, he's not going to be able to beat Cody Rhodes. They had to elevate. The ring didn't even fit on Cody Rhodes' finger. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I didn't.
In the ring ceremony. They did a ring ceremony afterwards where Triple H was glazing over both Liv and Cody, and the ring didn't even fit on Cody Rhodes at all. It was like 3 sizes too small. They're going to have to cut his finger off to take the ring off. But yeah, I don't know. Gunther should have won that match. I think it would have done so much for him. You had this new World Heavyweight title that Roman Reigns himself called the consolation prize, the loser's bracket, when Seth Rollins had it. And it was the belt that he created because Roman Reigns was, hogging all the titles. You really could have elevated that championship by having the World Heavyweight title, the quote unquote secondary champion, pinning the top champion in the company. I think it would have helped the belt, and I think it would have really helped Gunther in a big way.
I fully agree. Well said. Everything. And we said that beforehand. So my second one is Crown Jewel in general, just the whole event. We all have hated this event. They've tried to tell us that it isn't a cash grab. It's 100% a cash grab. And this just proved it disgustingly. It's like, tell me you're doing something for money without telling me, right? This is like 100%. They don't care about the wrestlers. Triple H, he's doing this for money with TKO. It is just awful. And I said that these matches were going to be stupid and they were going to hurt momentum, and they did. Nia Jax got hurt from this loss. Gunther is hurt from this loss. They don't feel as threatening. When Gunther came out to Priest, the reaction wasn't that big. I mean, he just lost clean to Cody. What makes him think that he's not going to be able to beat Damian Priest? It's just is all misses. This whole event was just atrocious, and it really needs to stop, or we need to just stop watching it. And how much money are they going to make when no one's paying attention or giving a shit? So,
yeah,
it is bad.
Yeah, it was not a good show. Not their best pay-per-view that they put on.
At all. All right. Let's get into it. That was highs and lows. And now it is time for our weekly segment where we will pick the least valuable and most valuable dude or dudettes of the week of Crown Jewel and Monday Night Raw. As always, we start with you, Mr. Ryan. Who do you got? Who's your least valuable dude or dudette?
I got to go Triple H for the...
nice.
Just his booking of Crown Jewel was really questionable. I've harped on it enough, but Cody Rhodes didn't need to win. I don't think Liv Morgan really needed to win. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens was a cop-out. No title change. The women's title tag team match was a snooze fest. The only real interesting thing, and then the rest of the show I kind of tuned out, was the bloodline stuff. And then him coming out with Liv Morgan and making her all teary-eyed and holding her up, and then him coming out with Cody Rhodes at the end, and then Cody Rhodes and Liv Morgan at the end. I don't know. It's just a lot of it just not making. I don't know. We're getting too much Triple H, like we said before. This event, the episode of Monday Night Raw. Now we're getting Priest and Gunther again. Where was the rest of the Judgment Day? What are we doing with the Wyatt Six? What's going on with everything else? Tiffany Stratton and all that stuff is just bizarre. Yeah, I don't know if Triple H has just had an off couple of weeks, but the last couple of weeks he's really been missing, and Crown Jewel was a big miss.
I agree. Well said, fully. And I remember posting a month or so ago about how Triple H is on my screen too much. He needs to get off, and people are like, he's barely even on it. He's been on every single
executive producer Paul Levesque. Like, he likes to tell us that every 5 seconds. So,
dude, like, be a character or stay off TV. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't do both. So, good pick. All right, my least valuable is a dude as well, and it's one Bronson Reed. I don't care what anybody says. That guy could not take an L, and he took an L. And I remember even saying, it could be a best out of 3 and he loses, but he needs to win the first one. Him winning the second one and losing the third isn't doing anything for him. You have to win the first one. It makes you feel dominant. When he came out and did all that, Crowd was a little bit less excited. We're not going to really care as much. Seth already beat you clean, bro. Like, what's the second match going to do? What are you going to do to get there? It just isn't that intriguing. It would have been more intriguing if Bronson Reed 1 came out and still cost Seth Rollins and did it again. Because now he's like, not only did I beat you, but now I'm going to take your damn soul, dude. I'm going to ruin you. I'm not even about this match. I'm about it all. But now it's just him now trying to beg his way back into a match that he lost clean. Bronson Reed takes the L for me this week. It just was not a good look, and it sucks too. Big time.
Yeah. Yeah. And it feels like this is not the only time that Bronson Reed has lost a big match. I mean, that feels like it's kind of his thing that he does. He lost last Monster Standing to Braun Strowman when the build for that was incredible. The promo packages were incredible, and that was due to Seth Rollins' interference and his return. So that kind of made sense.
Yeah.
But he did lose that after the same kind of build. Him and Braun Strowman were fighting all the time backstage, and now him and Seth Rollins are fighting all the time backstage. And yeah, I didn't think Seth needed this win at all. So I like that pick a lot.
All right. Now on the positive. Always on the positive. Who's your most valuable dude or dudette? Let's go.
For the third straight week, I think I'm going to give it to one Tribal Chief, Solo Sikoa.
Good pick.
His stuff with the Bloodline at Crown Jewel. I mean, he pinned Roman Reigns, and in a calendar year, he has pinned John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and Roman Reigns. And depending on who you ask, that could be a Mount Rushmore of wrestlers that Solo Sikoa has pinned in this calendar year alone. And then not only that, but he's also the third person to pin Roman Reigns in a 4-year stretch, and that's including Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, and himself. So he's up there with his brother in really good company. The Bloodline story is making stars. Solo Sikoa after this story is going to be a star. But yeah, I mean, he pinned Roman Reigns, and I feel like that was the most shocking thing that happened on Crown Jewel was Roman Reigns taking a pin. And I know it's for storytelling purposes. Roman Reigns is completely fine. He's still dominant. Everyone loves Roman. So, but yeah, I got to give this to Solo Sikoa. This was a great coming. He's really been coming into his own the last couple of weeks, and he's just getting better and better.
That was a great pick. Great pick. My most valuable is going to be a dudette, and I am going with one Liv Morgan. How can you not give it to Liv Morgan? Whether I like the booking or not, this girl injured Rhea Ripley, went on to beat Nia Jax to become the first ever Crown Jewel pointless champion, then went on to Raw and bragged about it all, bragged about putting out Rhea Ripley, gets people wanting to face her, so much so that she got slapped by Bianca because Bianca wants a taste of that belt. She is just pure dominating. She's helping carry this women's division, and I'm so glad they didn't have her drop it to Rhea Ripley, especially now since Rhea got injured again. Imagine that if she would have lost it to her. Great booking decision. This is one of the few things I like about Triple H right now. I know she had the dumb moment where she was with Triple H and stayed out of kayfabe, but other than that, no, I love it, and I think she's the biggest winner, man. How can you not? She's taking W after W this week after W. So
yeah, no, and there's a reason she's the first Crown Jewel champion. Whether we like the title or not, it is it's an she's got to feel honored to have that distinction. But also like the first woman after everything that, like we said before, when women couldn't even compete there, and now her name is in the WWE experience. For like, it's got to be pretty cool to know that it'll always be there. So yeah, big shout out to Liv Morgan.
All right, yep. All right, that's it. Two Dudes with Attitudes, the WWE edition. We will be back Friday to do all things AEW and compare AEW and NXT since they are going head to head tonight. Bing, 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 bing. Ratings and what we thought was better. And
it's like 2019 all over again.
Oh, I miss those days. All right, but yeah, so tune into that. As always, thank you for listening, subscribing. Whatever you guys are doing, keep it up. Our video last week got a lot of good views, so let's keep that going. As always, I'm going to get back on social media. I took like a week off right now, but I'm back at it. HBD Denton on all devices if you want to just hear me talk. And with me, as always, is my brother from another mother.
It's Ryan Enjoys Wrestling. Go hit me up on all the social media platforms. Go follow us on X at 2 Dudes PC. Go hit us up on TikTok at 2 Dudes with Attitudes. Hit us up on YouTube as well. We are growing significantly. We're almost at 1,300. I feel like we're kind of fluctuating around that number. The last couple of weeks, we're at like 1,298 now. So keep following, keep showing us some love. Follow us on Twitch if you haven't done so already. We're back doing live episodes again. And then hit us up on Apple and Spotify and anywhere you get your audio podcast from. And tell everyone tell your wives that the 2 Dudes sent you. And we'll send you some. I don't know what we'll do, but yeah, keep on listening, keep on subscribing, and we appreciate everyone's love and support.
Heck yeah, 2 Dudes Wolfpack. We out.
Let's go. It's the 2 dudes and our attitudes, ruthless, aggressively speaking. So let's do this. We're riding and Denton, they here to get your attention. The 5-star broadcast shit, start to the ending. Whether it's the E or it's all E, the 2 dudes with the attitudes that bring the heat. Get the point, yeah, it's on, time to lock in. Listen to the podcast where they get it poppin'.